Hey everybody, how's everyone doing? Go. My dogs have just broke into the room. All right, hey, it's that time of week again. It's Thursday, 4 o'clock, where Lily and I get together and talk about OTC and penny stocks. How you doing, Lily?
I'm doing great, John. How you doing? I missed you last week.
Yeah, you didn't miss me. You were on
I did.
vacation.
I missed everybody. I did. I did.
Okay, we'll take that with a grain of salt. Yeah, okay. Do you have a good time?
I did. It was really nice. I mean, it was just a small trip to the Bahamas or whatever on a cruise, on
A
Carnival.
small trip to the
I
Bahamas.
mean, I've
Yeah,
been before.
okay.
I've been before. So it was really nice to get away with family, though. We got some really nice pictures and stuff. It was just good. It
Is
was
that the
good to get
first time
away
you've
for a
been
minute.
out since all this COVID stuff happened? A big trip? A
Yeah, it
little
was.
trip?
Yeah, it has been hard. So this was our first one away, and Carnival was requiring the vaccine, which is why I haven't been.
Really?
So yeah, they did, and they stopped it. I think September 29th. So my daughter happened to be out of school. I snatched it up quickly. So it was a last minute kind of thing, but it was much needed, and I knew they would eventually do that. So that's kind of what I was waiting for because I love to go on the cruises. So, and now you still have to do a test, but you're good to go.
Well, I'm
Get
glad you
out there
enjoyed
and
yourself. I'm
yeah,
glad
get
you
out there and
hosted.
enjoy yourselves, guys.
All right, we got some news going by here. We do this each day we're here to give everyone time to get here. Not to mention, it's going to be on replay because it's recorded. And this is news I've looked at over the last week. It's all OTC news, and it's really good news, folks. There's a lot of interesting stock moving stuff here. Mergers, acquisitions, joint ventures, new distribution deals. So take your time going through this. Don't waste your time. I didn't waste my time unless you don't look at it. So look at it, okay?
That's right.
So,
Important stuff.
yeah. So it has been a unique week. There's been a lot of activity on the market. It just hasn't been the market itself. The market isn't really picking up. The OTC is dragging, but still,
Yeah.
I think we broke 10 billion 3 times this month already, which is something to notice. We haven't done that in many moons. So the fact that we're actually tapping on higher numbers more often is at least some sign that we're not going down anymore. Thank God for that. We'll
Well,
give
it
the
looks
news
like
one
we
more
it,
shot.
it looks like we hit support, John.
Oh, that sounds good. I like support
We
one
got
way or
support.
the other. Um, Been looking at a lot of different stocks here recently that have had interesting news. There's been new bankruptcies that have come out, bankruptcies going out. I actually want to cover one of them today, LATAM Airlines. You've been paying
Oh
attention to
yeah,
that?
I've heard about it,
Well, of
but I
course you've
don't.
heard about
And
it.
I knew they had did you say they're coming out of bankruptcy?
Yeah, they went into bankruptcy back
Yeah.
in early 2020, and they took a huge drop. We talked about them yesterday in the video, so I may be rehashing a bit
Yeah,
here.
I think I remember that when it happened in 2020. I actually think I might have been invested I was looking for a quick move and I think I got caught in that actually.
It moved from $12 all the way down to, well, a dollar maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
it fell hard and fast. And then came the announcement. So obviously there had been talk about it before they actually announced it because it fell way before the announcement. But
Yep.
they just got permission here a few months ago to start restructuring. That's how long it took. And
Oh
now
wow.
all the news is out that they are exiting bankruptcy on November 3rd.
Oh nice.
And they're up to 80% of their capacity bookings right now. And they're doing something like on a bad year, $4.2 billion. Matter of fact, I'll pull that up since the news is done. They've done $4.2 billion in a bad year while they were going through bankruptcy. And the worst year was 3.9 billion. Now, in
Okay.
my opinion, and I could be wrong here, but when you have companies that have branding, we know their name, and maybe Latin Airlines isn't something we're so popular with, but people like Hertz or, anything like that, they generate revenues. They have branding that's already been invested in. Nobody wants to let that die. They just want to fix it. They want to
Yeah.
find some way to repair it and get it back out there doing what it does so well. So I always anticipate these to come back, long hold or short hold. I do expect them to come back. So I had no doubts LATAM Airlines would come back. And they're coming out now. As a matter of fact, I got the news right here, wherever you want to look. November 3rd, it's set in concrete, it looks like. And there is an $8 billion infusion going into the company. There is, they have 10 billion in assets and 6 billion in liabilities now. So they have more assets than liabilities. You've already seen they're still generating revenues, and business is growing month by month. It's getting bigger and bigger. They're back in the game. They'll be back on the NASDAQ soon. I can't tell you when, but that's going to happen soon. And the price right now, I was looking at this yesterday. Let me see. This is LTMAQ.
Yep.
I've had that Q a long time. Let me get rid of all these. Oh, that's SPY. Let me change my color here. Nope, not there either. All right, LTMAQ. All right. Let's see here. All right, I want to go back. Let's see. I want to go back 3 years. This is before the bad news came out, $12. This is when the official announcement came out. There's all that volume. But look, it wasn't a secret.
Somebody knew.
Yeah, the money was pouring out of it very fast. It ended up down here at 28 cents. I knew it was under $1 from 12 bucks. Holy cow. I think that's 10,000% drop, I think, minimally. And right now she is at 32 cents, right? And right here was her last jump. And that was back here at about $2.60. So just to get back on the NASDAQ, you got to be at $3. Well, we're at 32 cents. And I know this company's going to want to get back on the NASDAQ, and they got the money to do it. That's not going to be a problem. That's going to be a part of their restructuring. There's a ton of SEC filings right now, because every one of them was another step in retroing and repairing this company. And I'm sure going on the NASDAQ is one of those things. I haven't gone through all of the filings. That is 1,000% jump from 32 cents up to, and hopefully they plan on doing it organically. What is the share count on this company? Let's see what we got.
That's a good question.
Let's see. I did look this one up. Good thing I did the video on this. I know it off the top of my head. We're at just over 500 million shares, 606 million. They have about 75 million in the float, which isn't bad. That's not a bad float. I'm not going to say it's a low float, but it's definitely not a bad float. So I think this is a good long hold. I think this is a company you need to look at for at least an entry on it right now. I'm not saying buy everything you want, but buy some. There could be another dip, but it really is the last block in the whole shenango here. They went through bankruptcy, they got restructuring, and now they've told us they're coming out. This bankruptcy here is going to fall off. The Q is going to fall off. It's going to get respect. People are going to start looking at it. Price is going to go up. Hopefully it hits $3, gets up to the NASDAQ. It's going to go up some more. The price was $12 before all the troll hit.
Yeah.
So, I would do more DD. There's a lot to know, but from my standpoints, that's the way it looks to me. What do you think, Lily?
Well, I think you're onto something there, and I think you're right. But the question is, can they do it organically? Will they get some traction? I think so. Absolutely. But if they can't do it organically,
split, imagine how low the float would be.
Exactly. So you may be looking at a reverse split, you guys, just so they can get relisted. It depends on how long they want to wait to get back on the NASDAQ, what their plans are. So follow the company, go to their website, get in their newsletter so you can be on top of the news, because you can do that. Just put in your email. They will email you everything that comes out, and then play accordingly. So if they decide to do a reverse split or do offerings or anything like that, just to get what they need to get relisted, you can hurt a little bit from that. But at these levels, I really do like it.
I do too. And Hertz, if you just want to see what I'm talking about, look at what Hertz went through. It's been a full cycle. That's what's going on with LATAM.
And Hertz was quick, though. It was quick.
Yes, it was. All right. I do not want to talk about this stock, but I want to talk about what this stock has done. This is a cannabis stock, Green Thumb Industries. It is an MSO. This is a multi-state operator. There's lots of them in this country. They have to work in different states, have their own facilities and offices in every single state because it's not legal yet to go across the borders, even in our own country, let alone out of the country. So what's grown in Florida stays in Florida. What's grown in California stays in California. Well, GTBIF is changing the industry for cannabis. And I want you to know this because when the laws change, and right now it's a sad state of affairs with the midterm elections, looks like we're losing our best chance of having laws change anytime soon. But in either case, when laws change, the synergy here is going to be big. This is what I'm all about right now, folks. Weed is coming to gas stations. They've already been approved. This isn't something you're thinking about.
What?
Circle K has got a deal with EBTIF. They are going to start in Florida with 10 of their gas stations selling marijuana right next to the beer, maybe.
So not CBD.
No, marijuana.
Wow.
You may not be able to get the dankiest stuff there, but you're going to be able to buy marijuana you can smoke at 10 of the Circle K convenience store gas stations down in Florida. Now, they have 15 states they work in right now. There's nothing stopping them from moving around. Now, when laws change, maybe a store like 7-Eleven, which goes from coast to coast, may not be in every state, but they are nationwide. Somebody's going to get a contract with them, and it's going to be huge business. Right now, the only place you can buy marijuana to smoke is in a dispensary. And it's a whole different shenango. But to actually walk in a convenience store, get your bubble gum, your gas, your beer, and your marijuana, wow, truly a one-stop shop. So this is going to change the landscape. It is going to change how marijuana is sold. And marijuana is, look, folks, I want to show you something here. This is an $11 stock, no doubt. But there's a lot of marijuana stocks that are way down right now that were $40, $60, $80. They're under $10 right now. Look at how much money this company is making right now. They can't even fit all the zeros up there. You got to take 3 more zeros. That's $893 million this cannabis company has made in 1 year. 800, almost $1 billion. And folks, I'm here to tell you, most of the MSOs in America are making millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars a year. Absolutely. And some of them are at stupid, ridiculous prices because cannabis companies aren't getting love right now. But it is already set foot. It's in concrete. It's not going anywhere. It's established as a business. It just hasn't worked out its kinks yet. And when it does, it's going to blossom. It's going to blossom huge. And the United States is the only one under this hold. You got Canada and Uruguay. They're free to trade. You got Germany. You got lots of countries that are now trading with each other. We're not trading with anybody in the world, and we're producing a ton, more than a ton of
They can't even go across state lines, so that's going to be a problem.
So it is an opportunity now to get yourself some holds, do some due diligence out there, see what stocks were real high and are real low. Curaleaf, Tilray, my God, they're going to be giants in the industry. And there's a lot of other companies that are waiting to merge from Canada with America. They're going to be even bigger giants when the laws change. So definitely do some work here, folks. Things are changing in America. Not the laws, but the business. And that's what really counts.
I have a question about that. You were saying that they're going to be doing this, in convenience stores. And how does the laws affect them? Are they able to do this because of state laws? Is that what it is?
I have not dove into the details of this, but people say, well, you got to drive up there, look, you got to drive to a dispensary and you're buying your marijuana at a dispensary. Yeah. There's no difference. It doesn't matter what building you drive to buy it, So I guess the people behind, I don't know who's pushing it, but people are opening up doors. You've got to allow this, you got to allow that. You can't keep it so stringent. What's the reasoning behind this? I mean, I'm still questioning why they got rid of flavored vapors. I mean, if you have cigarette flavor or watermelon flavor, what's the bloody difference? But they say the flavors are dangerous.
It's probably kids too.
Yeah, but we still have lemonade flavored vodka. We haven't stopped selling that.
True. That's true.
So, I don't want to hear all this. We're protecting the children. There's just no reason. There is a line drawn, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
Okay.
parental intervention's a lot there too. So the other thing I wanted to point out though, like this is in Florida. We have some gas stations going to be doing this. This is pretty interesting news that I will be following up on because that's like the craziest thing I've heard all week. So yeah, but here we go with Lily that lives in the back country, and I'm in the Bible Belt, and we just got approved where we're not a dry county. Like we're getting our first liquor store. There's no way this is coming anywhere near me for a long, long time. But in saying that, it's pretty interesting, and I'm actually kind of shocked, and it's probably because I live in this little tiny place that doesn't do things like this or discuss it, but. That is very interesting, John. I'm glad you brought that one up.
Yeah, and I'm surprised to see it was Florida and not, say, California, because
Well, yeah, I am too.
Right.
Florida is my next on the list. California, I would think, would be leading the way and stuff like this. But don't get me wrong; they'll be on board pretty soon. I have no doubt.
Believe it or not, Florida is huge business because of the elderly. Elderly use this as medicinal cannabis more than recreational. Yeah. The medicinal cannabis sells for a lot more. The doctors are more involved. It's bigger business than dispensaries are. And the elderly folks, well, they were smoking it in the 60s illegally. Now they can get it legally. You don't have to convince them to use it. It's an easy sell. Plus it works, so that's all that matters. All right, we got one stock here that somebody requested me to look at. Actually, a couple of people have asked. I actually hold this stock, AITX, Artificial Intelligence Technology.
I know that one. I've traded it before.
Let's see. The best information to give you is their website. It loads slow. Oh, it came up easy and fast. I was in this back in 2020. That's when I originally got into this, somewhere at about 27 cents, 25 cents. And then they did a horrible reverse split. In the same year, a little bit later, 1 in 10,000. So my average became ridiculous. And I've just ignored this stock for a really long time, but they weren't doing anything for a really long time. And now they've actually got products. They've got these security robots. They've got, it's not even loading the right way. Security robots, these passageways you walk through that check for guns on you for safety and stuff. They got COVID and these heat devices that check you out when you enter. So they got a lot of different stuff now, and they're now starting to get contracts. The news is constantly saying we got another order of 30. We got a repeat order here. We got a federal contract here. I do believe I read one of those. So they're starting to do more business now. And I'm looking at it now saying, now's the time to average down. Now's the time. I've just been ignoring it. And as soon as I average down, it's going to be a huge drop. My average price right now is just stupid. I'm not even going to look at it. It's really bad. So the first average is just sweet. It's sweet. It's I'm sorry to compare it to this way, but it's like a drug addict. The very first hit of whatever drug you have is the best you're ever going to get. It's that virgin experience. And this is the first time average down in something up. A bag this deep, it's going to actually see the light of day after a couple of years.
That's true. But I do remember this from a couple of years ago. I traded it as well. I liked it then. I still like it now. I did get out. I took profits and ran away.
You probably missed that big.
I did. I missed it. But and I didn't know they'd done that until you said it. But I liked what they were then. It's just when the OTC started losing traction, this started losing traction. Just everything. So I just stepped away for a little while. But that didn't mean I didn't like the company. Still like the company.
So there was that split right there. That happened in March, actually. March. Yeah, I tried to forget that. We have a ton of shares over here, 5.1 billion.
Wow.
And
even with the split.
Something's weird here because it says the restricted shares is 2.
Yeah, something's not right. I'm wondering if they updated it properly after the split, because usually you're going to reduce that float, Well,
it says it was updated yesterday.
Oh, okay. You can't do much with 2.
If insiders are holding 2 shares, they need to invest more in the company. It's going to do a lot for the way the investors think about this. I've got to presume something's wrong there. I'm just going to think that.
It's got to be.
News. All right, so just the recent news yesterday, they got a order for 33 security robots. I'm guessing, I don't know if it's the doggy style one or if it's the R2D2 one. They've got two types here. But they are doing more and more business. The stock price has got a long ways to go before I break even. I think about 1,000% after I average down. So let's go take a look at that chart. AITX. Boy, this is like going back to an old neighborhood you used to live in a long time ago. Look how big the trees have gotten. What trees?
Yeah.
This is weird. All right. So, God, we're looking at a 3-year chart there. I mean, I see volume, but that's all I can see.
Look at it. Yeah, you see the volume.
There's just nothing to be seen here. Let me see if I can just zoom in on a section here. No. Wow. So there was very little going on back then. Let's come on down to something we might be able to see. All right, there's a 6-month chart. She's still falling, even though it looked like she was flat. She's still falling. She was back here at a little over 2 cents 6 months ago, and right now she's at a low of 0.006. And did she hit that today? Looks like it.
Looks like it.
And the technicals still look weak. The only thing that shows any strength is our RSI has finally come out of the grave and broke the wood. It's got one hand out of the grave, and our MACD is showing crossover, but it's so deep down it can't breathe. Let's come on in closer. Now, the company is starting to make revenues now. You know, I didn't get a chance to see that, and we do want to see that because it makes the difference. It's really what people are looking for in a company.
Oh, yeah.
Can they hang on because they're making money? Oh, yeah, look, they've been increasing every single year for the last 4 years. It hasn't been big until the last year. This last year, what is that? Like 400% increase, roughly. And they're keeping 2/3 of it. So that's not bad. And are they still swinging the bat? Yeah, they're still in there doing about $380,000 a quarter. So they are making money. They're keeping their heads above water. So everything is going okay with the company. They don't look like they're in danger. Contracts are coming in. They've got products. And I'm sure the products are constantly being updated, you know, as they keep creating new technologies. They just keep putting it in. She's wrestling. She's wrestling with that 200. She needs a good, strong catalyst. I mean, the company's got all the boxes ticked right now. I don't think we have anything to worry about over there. She's current on all of her filings. I'm going to take another peek because the details make the difference. Verified profile, verified transfer agent. It all looks really, really good. So she just needs a strong catalyst. And I know she just had a contract yesterday. She got herself 30 new robots to make. It was a nice catalyst, but I guess it wasn't life-changing. But she is above the 200 right now. You know, that's the first place you're going to see bigger price bars. You're going to see the monkey off the back of the price. The technicals don't look bad. I mean, they're in pretty decent shape. Matter of fact, my PPO, which is your percentage price oscillator, a lot like the MACD, but it works with a percentage of the price and not the full price. I like it a little better. It's more sensitive. It is going up, and my ADX, this is the trend continuation. Doesn't matter what direction it's going. It's not telling you which direction the trend is going. It's just, is it continuing? So this is still going downhill in a basically straight line. So it means that the trend it started here of growing is still going right there. She is on an uptrend, and you can see that's where that changed. So when these two are spreading, you know the price is being pushed, maybe a little, maybe a lot. We do have a trend there happening. So I do see some trend there to push up. We just need some timely news, a good tweet. We need something. Market sentiment has got a lot of drag right now. There's a lot of really good stocks being pulled down right now just because of market sentiment, world and global conditions. It's not a personal thing. You know, there's just a lot of companies suffering right now because we don't have the money to give them. They don't have the money to pay their suppliers. The suppliers don't have the, and then everything's more expensive coming up, especially when you're dealing with technology and products and computer chips and stuff like that. So things are tough right now. It's, I don't know when and if you got in, but if the price is down low enough, you may want to consider averaging down. We're not talking about throwing another big, huge chunk at it. Bring your price down. Make this an opportunity, not a bad thing. That's what I'm looking at AITX for, is an opportunity. It is down right now at 007, and I think my price is, well, it's up there. I think I'm like at 18 cents or something. So I'm going to really bring it down.
Well, what chart are you looking at right here? Is this a 1 minute?
This is a 5-minute chart right there.
5 minute?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that for today?
Yeah, this right there is today.
Okay, maybe it was yesterday I saw. So yesterday it was kind of wicking down, and you could see that volume coming in. And it kind of held the price up, even though we made a new low today. It was a quick wick again, just like maybe it's a couple of days ago. You see right there in the middle almost. So it could be that we're seeing reversal right here. This is where it's going to hold support. So watch that area.
That's very, very likely. I mean, if you look at that trend, she is rolling right down through here, going through to the hard bars and not playing with the wicks that much. She got close. She got close. And that's
so I think we might be in a chance of reversing back to the other way. We have to get confirmation, of course, but I would keep an eye on that one. Especially with the news. Sometimes it takes a couple of days to digest this kind of news. And so it may do a quick pop. We don't know.
It is a 52-week low.
Yes.
Now, she's had some pops here, but she's pretty much just been hanging around at a nice level. She broke that level. She's at a new low level. And I guess somebody's noticed it. So you're right. This could be the point of reversal right there. A lot of 52-week bubbles are, if the company has value. I've always preached, I'm sure I got a video out there. Low bubbles, 52-week on a company that has revenues, that has products, that has contracts, that is doing business with other businesses. Boom. Yep. It's a flashing for sale sign. And you'll normally see not just a bounce off of the bubble, you'll see a change of trend. It starts to get attention now. So it could be a very good time to put your eyeballs on AITX.
Yeah, keep watching that one. I like that.
All right, I got to turn my head here because I got a second screen so I can keep up with everybody.
Well, if you have other stuff to talk about, John, that's great. If not, we do have a question already for a couple to check while you're on the charts.
Sure. I've always tried to hold stuff here to talk about, but I am here for them, not just a blab. I blab.
Well, I mean, totally up to you, because I mean, you got some things to talk about. I didn't know if you were done. I know I got at least
bring it on.
I have a couple of things to talk about, so as long as you leave me a little bit of room.
I'll let you go right now, and then I will get a chance to catch up with the questions. And there you go.
All right, then let's do that. Jerome, we do see your question, and everybody else, while I'm speaking, 10 minutes or so, go ahead and get your tickers in there, things that you're curious about, because we will look at these for you, okay? All right, I'm going to share my whole screen. So sorry, it's going to look a little crazy, a little wonky there. Give me just a second, because I want to be able to pull up different things. All right. Oops, wrong internet. There we go. So right here, this is what I want to talk to you about today. A couple news things, and we're going to talk about one ticker. All right, so Biden, the administration, they award $2.8 billion for projects to boost electric vehicle battery manufacturing. This is affecting your EV stocks, you guys. So we've seen a lot of them kind of pop off here lately. I think Mullen, M-U-L-N, is one of them that was looking really good today.
Yep.
So I kind of just wanted to pass along why that is and what's happening in case you've missed that news. I don't know when this came out. I think it came out today, or was it yesterday? It was yesterday, you guys. So probably around lunchtime yesterday. And now you're starting to see these companies pick up. Another one I hadn't looked at, and let's do it right now. We'll just do it together. Oh, I don't see my trading platform. It looks like it got minimized or something. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
What happened? I'm so sorry. I had it pulled up.
So let's see what programs our little girlfriend likes.
Yeah, I got Among Us and stuff like that, you guys. All right, so I'm going to have to get back to that in just a minute. But while we're waiting, I will go ahead and look at a couple of things that I've been watching. The ticker I'm going to speak about is CYBL, and we've talked about that several times, you guys. I think y'all even asked about it several times. So Cyberlux Defense. Yep. This is our Twitter page right here. And by all means, I recommend that, if you're playing these, you're interested in these, follow the Twitter Spaces or their pages, and then go to their websites and also put in for their investor newsletters, and any kind of news that comes out will come straight to your email. So Cyberlux it's getting a lot of chatter, and it has been, but it's fallen here lately. And John, I might get you just pull up the chart because I still got to log into mine now, and I don't want to do that while I'm sharing.
Keep talking. I'll get things set up over here.
All right, thank you. I'm so sorry, you guys. Anyway, it was pulled up. I guess it just turned off by itself. Anyway, Cyberlux has a lot going on, and there's a lot of chatter about that one. It's a $3 billion float. They are getting pink current, so I think they're already like tentative in that process, but they're actually going to achieve the pink current. And the thing is, there's a lot of articles, there's a lot of news, there's a lot of upcoming catalysts, at least 5 or 6 things that's being held back. And I believe it's because they're waiting on the pink current status. So it's a good one to look at to possibly find an entry for those upcoming catalysts. And that's why I wanted to bring it to you guys. They own a drone company, and that's what they do. And what this tweet right here, let me show you this real quick. Nope, not that one. Right here. It says the recent attacks in the Ukraine, including the pedestrian bridge in the center of Kyiv, are personal for our Cyber Deluxe defense team. Pictured here with the drone warrior, and I can't pronounce that one, in the Kyiv Central Park. We will do all we can to help. More updates as allowed. That's huge. Like, I don't know if that means anything, but they're a drone company. There's a lot of conflict going over there with Russia and Ukraine. This seems to be something they are definitely connected with or involved with. So we can speculate that there's possibility that we could have some government contracts or something like that coming for this drone technology. We don't know.
Oh, I absolutely believe that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're there. They're right here. They're showing it right here. They're
drones are cheaper than aircraft, cheaper than missiles, and you can send in so many of them like a swarm of bees. You can't swat them all down. You can't swat them all.
And that's why I wanted to put that out there. This might not be one of the PRs that we'll get, but this is how we speculate what's going on with stocks, you guys. This is what we do. We find them at a nice low price.
Buy on the rumors, sell on the news.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a possibility.
For granted, folks. You buy on the news, you're paying top dollar for the stock.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So that's why I'm bringing it up now. So the other one, this tweet comes from Beast Mode Activated, and it's about CYBL. So they're just talking about the significant announcements that are coming soon. So we have a lot of stuff coming up. Once it's pink current, the shareholder letter, we have an updated roadmap, scope and scale, new technology update, Warsaw Drone Summit, and stuff in the Ukraine, of course, NATO, Europe execution plans, DOD possibly. There's a lot of things that could be happening with this one. So he's not off on this, and some of this could be speculation. But in July, August revenue plus September, that's coming up soon. And we can look at their financials and stuff like that too, John, if you want to. But and I've had people asking about this one. So now I've finally gotten to the point where I've had a chance to dig in. And I do like CYBL. I know it fell. And I'm going to stop sharing now, John. Sorry.
No worries.
I know it fell probably in the last, probably this past month, I think it was. So it's very possible we have a good opportunity here. We're going to look at it together. And I'll pull mine up while John's doing this for me, just in case we need to reference anything I have on the chart.
All right.
All right, guys. I just didn't want to do that while I was sharing.
No worries. All right. There's your Sybil for 6 month, 4 hours. She had a high in the last 6 months of about 2.5 cents, roughly. She's had a couple of bounces here, but she is rolling down, trying to hang on. She is in a very strong area right here where she just doesn't want to drop from. Or not that one. Boink, right in here. That's real strong. You can see that's just solid through here. Lots of volume. Yeah. It's pretty steady. She doesn't get ignored, does she? Coming down.
No, I think she's got a lot of interest, and a lot of people retail wise that that likes to play that. So I think it's going to get a lot of attention. And that's a good thing when you're in the OTC. You don't want a ticker that's never been heard of because you might be waiting for a while,
Right. So there's your 20-day. She was at a low of just about a penny. Didn't jump very high, about a penny and a third here. I mean, it looks like a big jump, but that's about all she really moved. And she's just hovering. That's really all she's doing. She's hovering around the 200, sticking next to her average price. Technicals are warm. Looks like she could roll back up. Again, when she goes pink, lately here, companies with value that go up a tier, whether it be off the expert or just pink limited to pink, are moving.
It'll be a pink current.
And if they've got catalysts behind that move, folks, you could get a big jump. And Sybil has a lot of followers. Sybil has a crew, a posse out there. She's definitely got people been watching her. She was hot for a while. I don't know all the ins and outs of why she ended up where she was. But coming out of the dark tunnel, yeah, it's going to be a good thing. I would keep my eye on Sybil too. As soon as she goes pink, it may be too late. She may be running fast at that.
Well, I like this one. I think it's in a good zone right here. We can build a position. Don't go crazy at one spot, but you can definitely build a little position here. And it could take some time, but all the other news that we have coming that has not been released yet, I even think they have I could be wrong, but I want to say this is the one that may have a share buyback as well, possibly. So if any of that's coming out after that pink current, which will be good news as well, I mean, we could definitely get a nice move on this one. Let me look over my notes because I could be wrong.
All right. It looks like all of their filings are caught up. I'm taking a glance at those right now. I don't see anything that's missing here. I think we actually talked about this last week, maybe, because I remember the date and I was saying that it normally doesn't take that long to go pink current. If they put in their whatever filing it is they need, it only takes 3 to 5 days to get them approved. So the lag in time here is concerning. We've got over a month. So I don't know what the holdup is here, although it doesn't take away from the potential of the zoom when it comes out of the dark. Share structure on this one, 4.7 billion. Wow. And whoa, look at that, from zero income to over $8 million. So they're doing strong business. Wow. Whoa, holy cow. We're looking at quarterly now, folks. That was 8 million. We just looked for a whole year. They just did 8 million last quarter. That's incredible growth rate there. That's 400% in just 3 months. Wow, you got to keep your eyes on this. With that sort of revenue growth, they've got to have a lot of contracts coming in. And with what Lily just showed us, it could just be bigger contracts that they're going to be working with now. Not having to knock on anybody's door, just give them more. Wow.
Exactly. Especially with anything DOD, that would be fantastic. Financials are looking good. Like we have some revenues coming in, and that's a huge jump. You're right. And then if we actually do, this has been rumored. I don't know if it's actually out there, if it's a Twitter post, I'm not sure. But the share buyback is going to happen. I think it's only like 19 million shares, but it's something. So that's another thing that will get it moving.
All right. We had somebody ask me to look at 2 stocks. I promised I'd look at least one, so I got to do that. And they were here at 336. They were here before I was. So I got to give homage to that. I appreciate that. It's always nice to come to work and see someone standing at your door waiting for you. Yay.
That's right. First in line.
All right. GPO Plus. I talked about this one. This is a food delivery or food kitchen company. Let's see what we got here. Blah, blah, blah. Glue purchasing for more information. Blah. You know, I find the best place to get a description is inside a piece of news. Hempaco. They got to deal with Hempaco. I did just report that news a while ago. Hempaco is a cannabis company that came on the market through a reverse merger. And if I remember correctly, they just uplisted to the NASDAQ here real quick. Yeah, look at that. Hempaco is already up on the NASDAQ. That's right. And I'm going to their description, not Hempaco's, not distros. Headquartered in Las Vegas, publicly traded company. Our purpose is save business money by activating group purchasing power. All right, group purchasing power. What, like Sam's Club or something like that? Distro is a group purchasing organization, distributor of premium products for the emerging specialty retailer sector and hotel. So they work with a lot of products here, Kratom, Delta 8. So this company, GPOX, is just a distribution. They connect businesses with other businesses, a liaison, if you will. They bring in business by just offering better prices by bringing in organizations to buy from them. Share structure. I can't remember. I remember we covered this quite a while. It's going to be a low float. Outstanding share count is 32 million, so it's going to be less than that. I'm almost sure they're making money. They are. It's increasing from 0 to under 1 million to over 1 million quarterly. Oops.
Ouch.
Oh,
what happened there?
Happened in the last quarter.
Maybe they left off a 0.
They'd have to check into that. I'm not quite sure what went on there. We got a quarterly report here that came out just a few days ago. This would be the best thing to look at, Velmore. That it's going to have a lot of information in it. Don't let it overwhelm you. Just read what you recognize, glance at what you don't, get more familiar with it. Bypass all the financials if it makes you uneasy. But, you can see assets and just see what the number is. See revenue, see what the number is. But down at the bottom, they'll tell you everything and just look for the headlines, and they'll do it in order from when they came in business, every single thing they do in chronological order. And it's a great cliff notes to catch up on the company. Any news with this company recently? Well, the Hempaco deal, the Distro deal, the Calico Gold Distro deal, North Equities Court to provide digital marketing services, and that's all in the last 30 days. So, yeah, they're doing a lot here, working with Herbal All. The company's busy. I love to see that. Not only are they putting out the news presses, keeping the investors informed, they're just doing a lot. They're trying to grow their business. Something happened in the last 3 months. I don't know exactly what that is. Hopefully it's just some sort of restructuring rather than anything else. Was there anything else? Let's see what the volume was today.
There's got to be something we're missing. That stock price is pretty incredible. $1.16. And their financials were looking a little rocky there.
Well, let's take a look over here at Twitter. A lot more eyes doing a lot more digging than we're doing. So
there's got to be something.
All right. I am looking at the most popular. Just took a huge handful on the jobs drop. Should get a real nice return from the drop. What is he doing? Shorting our stocks? Get out of here. We don't want no stinking shorters around here. I do have a lot of shorters that are over at Penny Boy. So if it's something you want to learn about, folks, come on over. That's what we do. We train
you got to know how to make money up and down, especially in this market.
Absolutely. That's how I got into trading options. I don't know. I don't short stocks. I think you have to have margins to short stocks, don't you, Lily?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Yeah, you do. You do.
I'm a cash account. I don't have a second account. Look very good. Very nice distribution agreement yesterday evening. That was October 14th. GPOX trade by Timothy Sykes. Ooh,
oh boy.
Timothy's in on it. No, it's active. Nothing
That's
personal.
A big one.
It's all friendly love, friend. It's all friendly love. Can't make fun. If you can't make fun of a millionaire, who are you going to make fun of, right?
Well, that's a big name to be tied to it. If he's talking about it or messing with it, I'm sure there's a lot of eyeballs on this one.
All right. So I don't see anything except just standard business. There's nothing really hot going on. The company's doing what they should. There's something going on, though, that a little bit of more DD jumping around on Google, putting in their full company name, not just their ticker. There's a lot of news articles that'll be written where they never say the ticker. They'll just say the company's name. So don't even bother with the ticker. Just use the company's name and see what you can find. When you go over to Google, save yourself. Just put in a filter for time. Look at anything over the last 30 days. You don't have to look at everything. So I don't see anything going on here. Let's take a look at that chart. Yeah, we did take a drop, didn't we? From she jumped real fast, but then look, wow, that is 20 days, and basically we were on an uptrend, folks.
Wow, that's beautiful.
she did take a spill here, no doubt about that. And I'm wondering, I'm going to grab the Fibonacci just to see how close she is to that halfway point. Blink and boink. And our 50% mark is right there. She's right on it. She's smack dab on it right now. This is what I consider to be the safe zone. You know, you can feel more at rest that the company's not going to drop. Just because it dropped doesn't mean it's in a free for all. After a surge, and this is surge, that's 20 days of rising. Yeah, she did take a little bit of dip here, but she's still on an uptrend, and that's a break. That definitely broke the uptrend. There's no doubt that. So from here to there, finding the halfway point, if it'll keep 50% of what it threw on the table, good deal. I expect a 50% drop. If I'm in it for a long hold, I don't panic after a 50% drop. It goes under 50%, yeah, I start to get concerned because normally it'll keep dropping and you're not quite sure how much further it's going to fall. But if you can get near it, you don't have to be on top of that, just near it, you're in better shape. Think of it as 6 or 7 out of 10 chance that it's not going to fall any further now. Now it looks like it has a better chance of returning. And our technicals say that. All of our technicals on the hourly look like they're recovering right now. All coming around, pushing back up. It does look good. And you got to remember, I don't know how far back. Let's take a look 4 hours back. All right. All these people have been sitting patient. Nothing going on. Got a little scared here when it dipped. Then they have a huge run. Would you want to sell if you are anywhere in this range? Any of these?
Yes, so you're selling.
Yeah. That's what they got in for, to make a profit, and now's profit. Right. So, you know, one thing you can do now, that's a total of 6 months. That's a lot of buyers over the last 6 months that could be selling off. But, you know, if you take a line from the top here, let me grab my money line, as I like to call it, and just go right across the top there. We are all the way back here to December of last year. All these people, it has been falling. Ever since they got in, they've been not happy. And then they got stuck with nothing going on, which is frustrating as all heck. And then today you had this serious climb. So anybody who bought all this time is tempted to sell now.
Well, not only that, you'd expect it to have a, because of where it fell, right where you marked it, John, you're going to expect it to have a resistance there. It's going to, because you have a lot of people there and above that are looking to break even, get out. Maybe they've averaged down. They're going to take profits. And if you have any bears watching, that's where they're sitting too.
So if it'll keep 50% of this surge, that means that likely you've had most of the people who wanted to sell off already do it. It's not to say all of them, but the lion's share. So you don't have to worry about it going into another free fall for the most part. Nothing is ever guaranteed. We're working with probabilities here, the charts, the pressures, the algorithms, stuff like that. That's why we use this stuff. So it's in the right zone right now. It looks good. Not saying it looks great, but hey, that run looks great.
It needs to hold.
And we haven't had any bad news, so why would we expect it to fall any further? I understand people took profit. That's the name of the game. And she's right there where I expected her to fall. Everything looks good. So GPOX looks good for a continuation. They're doing business like bat out of hell. They just got a lot of news out there.
It does need to hold, maybe consolidating these levels. Keep an eye on it, because if it'll do that, then you possibly have another chance of at least retesting where it dropped from.
All right, we're going to give fair turn here. Jerome had a couple he wanted me to look at. At least look, if we have time, we'll get to the other one. DBGI. This one I'm totally unfamiliar with. Digital Brands Group. Okay. Digital Brands. That's a yearly chart. We had a spike back there of $6.50. And right now we're at 6.5 cents. Wow. That's a big
difference.
Drop. Yeah, I think that's 10,000% drop right there. 10,000%. So if this ever got back up to there, that would be $10,000 for every $100 you invested. I'm not trying to tempt you. I'm just doing math. Just giving you some
I was thinking, I thought I was familiar with this one, John, and it's a NASDAQ stock. I just wanted to mention that for everybody. But yeah, I'm familiar with it. A little. Like I've traded it before a long time ago.
You're right. Oh my God. And what price is she at? 9 cents. So
Crazy, right?
the first thing I want to check is if this company has gotten a warning. 9 cents is bad.
Probably.
And how long has she been there? Let's go back. I'm on the one.
It's been down,
She
what,
fell below a
May?
dollar. Oh man, way back here. So that was April, and that's 6 months.
Okay.
I'm gonna bet she has gotten a warning. She could be coming down to the OTC. Uh, the dogs, folks. I'm gonna have to apologize for it.
I was going to say, is that somebody's children? It's John's children, you guys.
Oh my God.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Hey, we all got fur babies, or I do.
All right. Boy, that's put me off course. Okay. We were looking at what ticker is that?
DBGI. Mm-hmm.
All right. Whew. Wow. Okie dokie. And we were considering the warrant closures. That's what I'm looking for to see if they have gotten one. It would be in one of these 8Ks.
Yep.
Let's see if they got a letter of material change. Well, that's always good information. I like to see that. Digital Brands Group entered into a Second Amendment restated membership interest purchase agreement with Moe's MQuees. All right, I'm not too sure what that is, but they've got some money coming in here for a total of $5 million. Well, that's not bad. Money in is better than money out. 10-7. Let's see what this is. Anything about NASDAQ in there? No, that's something to do with the common shares. We could dive into it more. Here's an 8K. I mean, they could have been warned already. Once you get a warning, you normally get 6 more months to get it fixed.
6 months.
And they give you a deadline. It's just not like, yeah, sometime. No, you get a date, and you've got to get it over a dollar, close at over a dollar for at least 10 to 20 days consecutively, or that's it. You're gone. They throw you down to the OTC market. Oh, here we go. Here it is, folks. Yep, we found it. NASDAQ list qualification that is no longer complied. Yep. And is this for the minimum bid? See, they got a lot of requirements. How much market cap, how many shareholders, minimum bid requirement. You got to tick all the boxes or you can be thrown down. There it is. Failed to keep a minimum bid of $1. Do we have a date set here? I don't see a deadline. It's going to be in another one after this. So
July
they've got
18th, 2022 is something I saw up there.
Or did you see it?
At the top, I saw that date. The first lines.
There it is. You're right. Very good. That's why I like second and third sex. That's why I like second and third pairs of eyes. So they got till July 20. Well, that was this year.
Yeah.
That was this
So
year.
I don't know if there was an extension or if they don't know.
Ooh, right. So this stock could be going off. Now, the neat thing is if you're going to be thrown off of the market, off the OTC, they give you a warning up here, grace period, and you know exactly what date they're disappearing. But this looks like it's at the end of the runway, and they ain't off the runway. I think they're going to hit the wall. So I'd be concerned about that with this company right now, that they're going to be delisted from the NASDAQ and go down to the OTC. It does look that way. The price is under $1.
Yeah.
They have not fixed the problem. The warning came out. Now, normally, honestly, when the warning comes out, it's normally 6 months after that warning, which would give them all the way until April of next year, which is when they fell from this year, April. So there could be 6 more months, but unless the price starts going up, it's really not appealing at this point.
Well, that or they're going to do a reverse split. And if that's the case, they filed that. There is something in the filings. There is some kind of news out there. So more due diligence needs to be done before you say, oh, great, it's at 9 cents. Let me just grab all I can. Because even at 9 cents, and if it goes down like that or reverse splits, it can still hurt you.
And the thing is that they would only have to do a reverse split to get over $1. Of course, they'd want to get over $1 as far as they could, but they don't have to put it to 3 or 4. We're looking at their share count here. They've got 52 million shares.
They don't have a lot to play with.
Right. And if they were to do, well, just $1, it would have to be 11. A 1 in 11 reverse split, or 11 to 1, which would take it down to under 5 million shares Outstanding. We have no idea what the float is. That would just, oh my God, super duper low float. But of course, nobody wants to be a part of the reverse split. But if it happened, that's when you'd want to get in. After a reverse split, when they knock that share count down to some ice cream cone full, that's what you want to devour. Yum, yum, yum. I think Lily looks for a lot.
I do. Actually. I've been following RMed and what it's doing. I think we got some manipulation on that one though, because I know it's at least 1 million shares or a little bit under. But it's been falling, but we still get pops on it. So I would definitely, it's out of the trend that I was watching a couple of weeks ago. That doesn't mean it's not making other trends. So
the financials have been growing every single year. For the most part, they've been getting bigger and bigger. So they are making money. It's a shame that we can't get the price up. They've got value there. They could be running. See, it says here that they're running at a negative right now. When you take away everything up here, they are making profit, but then you got to start deducting how much they pay themselves.
Yeah.
It's sales, general, and admin. Well, out of that 6.6 million, how much are they taking? And that information is out there. So you got to look around. So the company's got a lot of nice things going on, but they're on the danger zone right now, which is going to hurt them no matter what. And when they come down to the OTC, you got to remember it's a whole new crew down there. The people that are watching the stock now in the major exchanges aren't going to look at it when it goes down in the OTC.
They're not. And the OTC is going to let it fall, slap on its face before they even mess with it.
Right.
Low as possible.
Something I wanted to bring up here, since we're talking about tier changes, ILIS. We talk about ILIS a lot. I don't want to jump in too much of this, but this was an expert market play a long time ago that got cleaned up by a custodial who was given permission to clean it up, Karen Courier. She does wonderful jobs with these things. This was a blank check. She went out and got a company for it. They fight fires. Well, they don't fight them, but they sell all the equipment and the technology and all sorts of stuff fighting fires. And the business is growing in leaps and bounds. And they were doing a spin out, but today I noticed that they filed a 10-12G, which is not the same as a 10-12B. And what this normally infers, matter of fact, do I have any information here? I do. Let's see here. SEC Form 10- is less common than the S1, the initial registration form for new securities, which is usually used in the connection with an initial public offering. So the spin out could be just around the corner. They could be planning to uplist ILIS. I don't know.
I've heard they're going to uplist a subsidiary of ILIS, and ILIS owns most of the shares of that subsidiary. So maybe.
Yeah, that could be it right there, because the news has been, the last time we talked about it, that they have a spin out, and the spin out's going to give everybody who owns shares of ILIS free shares in this new spin out. So that would make more sense that they are that close to it now. They have requested it. However, when I read up here, it said that this form does not create tradable shares, which I found a little interesting. This form contains about the number of shares being issued. Where did I see it? This form must be completed by companies in order to register new shares of stock. The SC Form 12G only registers securities and does not create trading shares. Now, I'm not up on all of these different filings. There's a lot of them. I keep learning as I go along. And I do realize that this is normally used for NAC sort of things, not the OTC. So it probably has to do maybe with preferred shares or something like that more. All I'm saying is they were talking about moving to the NASDAQ, whether it be a spin out or themselves. I think it is a spin out. They're doing something now. They're on the verge. So keep your eyes on ILIS. They're putting in the right paperwork so that they can continue forward.
Absolutely. And they have the, I think they're going to QB. Is that what we're trying to get up to? That's what I've been hearing, John, with ILIS.
Oh, ILIS to the QB?
Yeah, I think a ticker change, a name change, I think they're trying to do as well.
Yeah, well, they need a name change, don't they? That just ain't working anymore. Lilystar Pictures International.
Exactly.
What do you guys do? We fight fires. I can see that. Okay. Let's see who else here. All right. I'm going to get this wrong. Tadai to die for. I don't know. I'm glad to see you here. I am, honestly. VNTH, I did that up on my board here already. So let's look at it since great minds think alike. Let's see if I can remember what this one was about. Nanomobile healthcare. This is a change of control. That's right. They had a filing come out. Oh, pardon me. That's what happens on live screening. All righty. There's a blooper moment. All right. So this came out just a little while ago. On September 15th, the company and its control shareholder entered into agreement to sell all the outstanding shares of control voting block to Adam Martrusky, an EV charge station entrepreneur. So the company has changed control. They have changed what they do. It's all new.
And it has that magic 2 letters, EV. And we just had that news about EV. So even though it was talking about battery, it doesn't matter with the market. They'll play them all.
Every catalyst counts.
Yes.
Let's see what the share structure is on this change. Yeah, 2.9 billion shares. We don't like that many shares.
That's a lot.
Now, the only good thing you can say is that, let's see what I want to see. Well, they've only got about 700 million shares left. You don't want to see that. What I'm doing, folks, is I'm looking at the out shares and I'm looking at the authorized shares. This is how much money's out in the wallet that they're carrying around. This is how much money they had in the bank. Well, when you take all that off, you can see how much they got left. And that's what they can do deals with. This is what they use to entice, mergers and acquisitions. They have bank shares that they can use. So that's all they got left is 700. I would rather we have 700 million and they have all the big numbers up there.
Exactly.
Financials for this company. Oh, what?
Nothing.
2016. Now, I would expect that the company's not going to have anything with change of control, change of operations. It's just normally the way it goes. This company, it should be Shell Company that
it should be, and it just says pink, and I'm seeing current and all that stuff. So,
and maybe it's because there's a change of control now. You can't call this company a Shell Company in the transition. I don't know, but they're going into a new hot sector that has money from our country willing to promote it. I don't know what the guy is about. Haven't done any due diligence on him. So there is new information, new business, new management, lots to look at. But it is an opportunity. It is an opportunity. Whether it's a good one or a lame one, we don't know until we do all of our due diligence on it. Let's see what people think about it right now. Look at is the relative share volume. Well, we're doing less than half. Geez, almost 1/3 of what we've been doing for the last 30 days, only 53 million compared to 141 million. It's at a great buy price right now at that 001 zone. I love that. Let's go cheese.
If it can hold that on low volume, then you might have something.
All right. She's gone through some activity here recently. Darn sure. Since the end of last month. She wasn't doing a whole lot. I mean, she's had a bump and jump here and there, but she's just been hovering around her 200-day average. And I guess we actually looked at it back here on the September 16th. What was there?
I think what you were doing then was just showing the halfway point and how it didn't hold it.
September 10th. Approved share exchange for reducing the total outstanding shares. They reduced it, huh? Gee, gads, how big was it before?
I know, right?
Gracious me. So we looked at it there, and obviously people were about that, about the reduction in shares, though I'm not happy with the aftermath, to tell you the truth.
Well, exactly. And that's what you were showing here when it didn't hold the halfway point, John. But I also want to mention with that share structure, it popped off. That's a pretty good move with that type of share structure.
Yeah, it is.
I can go ahead and tell everybody here, a stock like this with that many shares, it is so hard to move it. So
you gotta remember
that's probably a top right there. I probably wouldn't mess with it in this area because of that.
Okay, the volume on this day when it hit a high, it did 1.1 billion shares. And that's only 1/2, 1/3 of the float.
Exactly.
So you've got to get a lot. And the day before, it did have a nice jump on it. and it did a total number of over a half a billion shares.
Yeah.
And today it did have a nice, a bounce. We're not going to call that a serious surge or anything. And it did do it on 42 million shares. So these are factors you got to keep in mind. When you have a huge float, it's like having a lot of cars on a train. It takes more to get it moving. The smaller, the less cars you have on it, the easier it is to get that train moving. And the faster it'll get moving in a less amount of time. So it took a while to get moving. This was a huge jump there. It's almost an irrational jump based on what I see.
That's pretty incredible considering the share structure. I'm surprised you even got that kind of jump, but that's amazing. And now they're out of it. And like John was saying, the inertia that is needed to get that thing going again without any kind of catalyst news, something major that hits that day and it's being played that day, I think you can hang it up because it's just going to get drugged down.
I know there was others of you that had requested. Somebody asked
me. So
sorry. All right, I'm going to make this my last one. I can't remember who requested this. And I hate to leave requests hanging, especially when you guys give them to me, because that's why I'm here. All right, so Next Tech. This is a pretty decent company. It's been in the news quite often. Our share structure, we got 100 million in the share structure. Don't know what the float is. We're hopefully looking for it to be smaller than that.
Is that one they asked about, John? I don't see it. Sorry.
No, I think this came off of either YouTube or Twitter. I'm getting requests in a lot of different places now. And I do believe somebody said he had to ride back up the mountain and he wasn't going to be there in time to see my show. Could I please cover Next Tech? I think it was.
Okay.
Did I get that right, Mountain Man, or whatever your name was? I can't remember. But I remember I didn't cover everybody, so I want to at least try.
Okay.
So this is a stock on the middle tier, QB. So they're auditing their financials. They're penny stock exempt. That's a bonus. That means that they're not a startup company anymore. The risk is removed. They've been in business for 3 to 5 years with a clean slate, no late filings, millions of dollars in assets during that entire period of time. They've shown themselves to be responsible, so they don't have to jump through the hoops of the OTC penny market, penny stocks. So even though it's 70 cents, literally in the pennies and on the OTC market, it is not a penny stock anymore. So all rights, we should not be looking at it because it is not a penny stock anymore. It's elite. So Next Tech, let's see what we've got for money. Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah. So look, folks, it went from 1 million 2 years ago to 13 million to 20 million.
Look at that growth.
It's a big train. It's a big train, right? Is it?
Nice.
What was it a big train? It really isn't. It's under 100 million. What was the so she only had a 4% jump today, but she did over double her volume. They're really low right now. I've got to say that the volume is low. Anything else you might be able to scarf up here? Financials are good. I haven't had a filing in quite a while. News. I'm almost sure I saw news on this here recently. Today. Yeah, I probably posted this. It's probably in that news. You'll see at the beginning of the show. The power play by the market herald release. Oh, this is interviews. It's okay. I don't mind advertising. Power play is going to interview the company. So if you want some more information, go on over to Power Play. I'm sure they're a decent organization. Next Tech, what is this? Augmented reality announces major upgrades to its spatial computing, augmented reality navigational platform, Arway. Record 6.7 million 3D model purchase order. See, they're doing business. You don't make money without doing business. We just take that for granted. When you see revenues, you know they're doing business. But as I always say, who they do business with is most important. I mean, the companies they're doing business with says a lot about them, about their credentials, how much you can trust them. So it's good to see who they're doing business with. If you're going to invest your money for more than just a day trade, get to know the company like a best friend. Know them, see what they're about, because then you're going to feel secure at night knowing that your money's in good hands. So everything looks good here. I see a lot of business, and we're not even out of October yet. All that news is just for October. So they do communicate with their investors. Let's go take a look at the chart. 70 cents. That's a pretty decent price. We haven't been able to see a lot of stocks with decent prices. Okay, we're on a 6 month, 4 hour chart there. We were at $1.20 6 months ago, and we're about halfway back home right now at 70 cents. I guess we were at halfway a couple of days ago. We're actually pushing towards home more now. She was way under the 200-day SMA, and once she hit the slow bubble, she changed her entire attitude. She's pushed herself up, and she's gotten on top of the 200. She is sitting up here now, which is completely a different lad. She's trying to push off it again. She has tried it a couple times, not with a lot of success. Her revenues are growing. She's doing more and more business. I see value in the company. They are a technology company working with augmented reality and a whole lot of other things I'm just not even aware of. So they're on the cusp of where we're going. We're moving forward with virtual realities, augmented realities, and all these forms and sciences. So this is a growing company, up and coming. But are they a startup company? No, they're stock exempt.
Right.
They've proven themselves. So I like the company. They're doing a lot. I would do more due diligence before I invested because I wouldn't play it as a short hold. This company is showing value, and this is showing something is going on right now. It's getting some love. The volume is pressing up, and it's been a few months since the volume is pressed up. And our PPO has been under that pink line for months. It has just come up and surfaced for air. And we have just come up for air off of our MACD from underneath the signal line. These are all very good signals. It's a change of season. Winter's over, spring is here. You might want to keep your eye out for summer now. Best I can say.
Yeah, I actually like it. I went ahead and wrote this one down because I like the fact that it doesn't have to, it's penny stock exempt. So it's already kind of proved itself. So I want to do more research in this one because it's one I'd feel more comfortable taking a longer hold instead of these in and outs, how I usually play with OTC. So I know we didn't get to everybody, John. So I just wanted to tell you guys before we leave you, though, and this is where you're missing out. You see us on Thursdays, and that's wonderful. We love doing this for you, bringing your tickers, but we can't get to all of them usually. Or y'all usually hit us up about 20 minutes before we go to exit.
Unless you guys want to do a 2-hour show, I could have two guys come on.
But we usually leave around 5, so we give you a little bit more always. But I want to reiterate, if you have Discord or if you will join us in the Discord, and I'll put that in the comments, we have a section there that's free OTC. You can talk to me, John. There's a couple other analysts that's in there. But we have a section where you can actually join voice. We can show you our screen. And if we can, I'll fix that, John. But we can show our screen and do exactly what we're doing right here. And we can do this all day. That's what we do.
And I'll be honest,
take advantage of that.
We haven't had a lot of OTC traders joining the Penny Boys group. We're getting a lot of traders that like the major markets. And I don't know why the OTC traders don't want to hobnob. I mean, traders are really trading a lot of information amongst themselves because they've got 100 eyeballs in the morning, all watching the charts. And I have information. And when there's no one there to respond to it or use it, it just gets under our skin. It's like cooking dinner and nobody sits down and eats.
We honestly, also do
eat my food.
You're right. But we also do the small caps too. If it's $5 and under, it's fair game. We will go over any of that.
Yeah,
and any call outs are traders, free.
I mean penny stocks and everything. I just kind of, the OTC, the Penny Boys people do trade OTC, the penny stocks. They trade the heck out of those penny stocks. I get in there and I listen to them, and they're finding stocks under $5, under $3, and they are catching some huge runs. And a lot of it is done before market, before the bell goes off. So you need to be over there at our Penny Boys Discord in the morning, and you can listen. They're talking sometimes, they're chatting, open chat. So, I mean, really, if you're looking for tips, if you're looking where to, where to look, that's the hardest thing. Wake up in the morning. Where do you look?
It's true. We have a great community, John, and that's what we do.
We do.
So I also want to share one more thing, you guys. I hope y'all can see this. So I put this together. I do game night every Saturday, you guys, and it's also free. But this one is an actual Halloween trivia that I've put together for you. And it'll be this Saturday at 8:00 p.m. Eastern. And you can actually win a 30-day premium access to the inside of the Discord where you get even more analyst options, crypto, all that stuff. So I just wanted to share it with y'all. Make sure y'all knew about it. Take a screenshot, whatever, but come and see us because I mean we have game night every Saturday, you guys. Every Saturday, mostly me, but I am there playing, and Nikki's there too. But we're playing every Saturday, doing something. So
Folks,
value,
I'm looking dumbfounded because I didn't know about this.
What? That's why you didn't come to my game night? I thought you just hated games.
No, I play games, but
are you kidding? Yeah, we do it every Saturday.
Wow, what you can learn on your own show. Unbelievable. Eat your heart out, Walter Concrete.
I do what I can. Try to give to the community, John. And I even sometimes I make stock trivia stuff too. Those are really fun as well.
I love trivia.
Yeah.
Thank you, folks, for showing up.
Guys.
We'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Lily, you going to be here?
Come see us. I'll be here next week. I'm good now. At least for the rest of the year, I'm good.
Same people.
I'll be here. Bye, guys. Thanks, John.